There we go. Okay. Gotta love technical difficulties. All right, so welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. We are going to be playing Orwell today. So supposedly, this is based on, from what I've read, my understanding is that it's based on George Orwell 1984 sort of scenario where Big Brother is watching and we're spying on our neighbors. So it should be all kinds of interesting. Let's see. I think I want to turn the sound down just a smidge if I can. Let's see. Turn it down just a little bit. And see. Oh, no. I want to go back. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. We may need to adjust it some more, actually. But I think for now, we'll leave it like that. Hopefully that'll be okay. So, we got sound, we got audio, everything appears to be good. So, let's go ahead and get an intro going, and then we'll get started. So here we go. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today we're playing Orwell. Well, Big Brother is watching. We're going to be spying on people and reporting their behavior. Our choices will matter in this game. How will this affect our relationship with our neighbors and everyone around us? I don't know. Let's hop in and see what this game is all about. All right, so create a profile. All right, congratulations. You have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Okay, enter your name. Okay, we can pick a profile. Which one do we want? Let's pick one of the girls. Sure, we'll be this lady. All right. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I'm not under 16. We're not going to enter an email. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I am aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively to the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. We've set up a profile. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Logging in. Oh boy. Freedom Plaza? This is April 12th. What is that dude doing? They're eating. Some guy was running around. We're searching. Why aren't they found? How are they not found in the database? Does that mean they're just innocent people? They're just going about their lives? That guy's still running. What? Or is this a different guy? What is he doing? What are you doing? No record? Oh, you have a police record. Okay. So I guess we have to scan people and follow and see what's going on to make sure that they're behaving themselves. Oh boy. Because there's so many interactions that could go on. Oh my. Whoa. Well then. Perhaps we didn't do a good job. Let's see. All right, episode 1. The clocks were striking 13. Oh boy. Okay. You're online. Good. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together, we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. Well, that sounds good. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. Okay. I've activated the Reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. It's in the eye of the beholder? Okay, so we open the Reader and check out the headlines. What do we got? Oh wait, here we go. The leading newspaper of the nation. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profiler. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Okay, let's see. The leading newspaper of the nation, fast, precise, honest. We've got ads at the side. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Bonton. Explosion destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Authorities receive strange letter. Okay. Detonation destroys the Freedom Memorial. Okay. Terrorist ambition suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. At approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to the official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirmed that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Die Gedanken sind frei, I'm not sure if I pronounced that fully right, the thoughts are free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Okay, can we go back and read the next article? Negotiations in Triflith failed. Pargesian president aborts negotiations with opposition. Violent riots in Triflith. Blaine encourages renewal. What's this one about? Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital city, Triflith, have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Cassart abruptly cut off communications with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiations caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It had been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. I wonder if that could possibly be related. I mean, they both involve explosions, right? Movie shooting completed. 100 Gray Shadows. Valentine's Day 2018. Shooting of Gray Shadows saga lasting 4 years finalized. 3rd part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day. What's this one about? After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, this is the same place where we're at, right? Self-proclaimed visionary director Sumishi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama 100 Gray Shadows has finally come to an end. Announced via his Timelines profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and the final editing stages before the conclusion of the Gray Shadow series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The 3rd and final chapter in the Gray Shadow saga, previous releases being a Gray Shadow and Another Gray Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to a breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Avon and Mike McNeil, who have had long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that these spats are getting out of control and that completion of any scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get a comment, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. Okay. So that's all the articles that we have for right now. I assume there's nothing else we can visit here, right? Let's see. Okay, that's our the ones that we visited. All right, let's check out this unknown person. The profiler holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you opened is for our main suspect. Okay. Continue. Oh, what did it say? I missed that. The blue-haired woman on the CCTV footage shows before the assault. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. So that was the lady that it zoomed in on and said she had a police record, right? Okay. So let's see. Can we see? Where can we find her insider? I don't know. What else can we look at here? We have another adapt all data from the police record. Is that, oh, that's here. Okay. So we have the Boynton police database. Cassandra Watergate. Okay. Yeah, that's the lady that we zoomed in on. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks, okay? Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database in the profile to upload them to our servers, okay? So we have the new portrait. Okay. She was arrested. Assault on a police officer. Lloyd Duncan arrested her and she was held in Boynton Central PD. We can drag her name, right? Okay, Cassandra Watergate. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Database and documents can only become a data chunk when it is clearly assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has just been unlocked. We will need this information to progress. Okay, so yeah, she was charged with assault on a police officer. Okay. Previously arrested, right? Good. With the data you've extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you will see what I mean. Suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and became unresponsive. The protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved, where the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. Okay, so where was she arrested? Do we have to go back to the website? Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago. Remains in custody. Trial scheduled for August. Okay, so Cassandra W., a simple protester or anti-governmental terrorist. The case that keeps getting the media and the public guessing, Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in police custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim in the head with a large brick. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration. Okay, so that's important because that's where the bomb went off, right? So we should definitely keep track of that. The exact same location as the assault. Then she turns up right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why. We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Protests at the Freedom Plaza turned violent 2 weeks ago. Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused. Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside the other rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. Okay, so she's an artist. Let's add that to our occupation. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance? I mean, maybe. Great, you found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourself are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk if you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress the case. Okay. So now we got to start deciding. Cassandra's portfolio. Okay. Harboring outstanding art. Welcome to the port of Cassandra Watergate. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career, and put my stuff on portfolio. Below you will find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See something you like? Why, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, right? Isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, the Cass I92. I feel that's important for sure. Because it's got a username, right? UTEL? Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they're started. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna make a fine art print and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Okay. Quit my day job. That could be important. I mean, it's not necessarily untrue, is it? Right? In Wonderland, right behind the rainbow. I don't think that's something we want to do. What do we have? My beloved furball Kikiko. Definitely the only family I need. Yep, that beaut is me. I was never sure about the title, though. The businessman's forgotten daughter or victim of traditionalism in pink. What do you think? Daughter of entrepreneurs? Maybe. So we're gonna try. We want to know who she is, right? All right. Let's see. A Christmas present for my darling that was actually meant to be a private piece. But, oh well, I'd have a hard time keeping it to myself. She's in a relationship. She may not still be in one. We need to wait on that. So we have that data chunk we're not sure about. Let's check out the listener. Do we have any communications? Nothing yet. Artist port, painters. Okay. Well, maybe we assume this is correct. Let's see what happens. In a relationship. Quit my day job. We will add this one. But this one we will disable. Okay. Interesting. We should find out what that job was. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so we're starting a chat session with an unknown person. Hey, you. Hey, Jossie. What are they saying? I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. So we know that this person, I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. I don't think that's correct. I think she's being facetious. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney and all-around baddie, have in mind this time? Prob's just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. I thought as much. Wine? Is that who this is? Oh, I guess that's the Jossie was the nickname. Can we drag this over? Okay, let's add this. Okay, so you now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Nice, okay. So now we know who this is. Let's see. I thought as much. Guess I better pick up a bunch of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. One bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. Oh, whatever. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from the big pharma, aka my parents then. Okay, that's important. Oh, come on. I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Watergate, pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Okay. Ugh, yeah, maybe. Gotta go. Text you later. Okay. So she's in a relationship with her lawyer? Interesting. Okay. We have a new website to check out. Let's see. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Okay. Investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to lack of evidence. This has got to be the case she was involved in, right? Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Triumphant, the suspect's lawyer, criminal attorney Joseph Langley. Orwell informs me that you just encountered conflicting data chunks. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the other will become invalid immediately. I'd highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed, though this is your decision. Once the information has been parsed, there's no way to reverse your choice. Okay, the case has been at the center of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted of the alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place, with the case being closed due to a lack of evidence. Okay. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed this outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concerns that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of two young sons, was rushed into a hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he was still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. So, what's the conflict? So these two closed due to lack of evidence or influenced by the parents? I feel like that's probably more likely, but we don't know it, do we? Products. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. Mood-elevating medication, handle with care, keep away from children. Lemon taste, okay. Below you'll find a small section of our most popular products. A hexadal, cough drops that fight against irritation of the throat based on natural herbs. Compensum, activating pills against migraines and strong headaches. Focusin, medication increasing concentration and cerebral performance. Orwell active, medication for the alleviation of arthritic joint pain. Metharin, antidepressant to help stabilize your emotions. Spirin, all-around painkiller that dissolves in water. Zemuranite, soothing pill for a good night's rest against occasional sleeping problems and for acute application when suffering from insomnia. Okay. Let's see about the company. The name Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. The business of Watergate Pharmaceuticals Inc. has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. All right. So these are, I assume, probably her parents. The CEO of Watergate Pharmaceuticals is Bruno Watergate, grandson of our founder, Edgar Watergate. Apart from working on the family business, Mr. Watergate is also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Parges. Dr. Alice Watergate. Okay. I see. Dr. Alice Watergate, co-partner of the firm with her husband, Bruno, holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. She leads the research and development laboratories here at Watergate Pharmaceuticals. So she was a junior COO. Carrying the family's tradition to the next generation, Alice and Bruno's daughter, Cassandra, will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year-strong legacy. So, okay. Something happened. She's very different there. Appointed to be COO of pharmaceutical company, probably by one of her parents. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She also mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Yeah, so it's probably was this one that she quit, right? Let's go ahead and drag this over. So we have a new relationship, right? Ah, now I see. Keeping it a family affair. All right. What did we get? Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. All right, so let's take a break while the ads are playing. This is pretty cool. Like, we're slowly investigating the people from what we find on the internet. And we have just a little bit of spying going on. This is pretty cool. I actually think this is really interesting, learning their story just by surfing the internet, as it were. Really interesting. I'm curious what we'll find out next. But yeah, she definitely has a very different image here from what she was and what she is. So something definitely has happened. I feel like maybe she's had some person come into her life. I wonder if it's this lawyer. Like, did he somehow get her involved in stuff? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. All right, so the ads are almost over. I wonder if I can drag this whole picture over. We'll have to see if we're able to as soon as we get back. All right, looks like ads are over, so let us continue on. Can I drag this whole thing over? Let's see. We can. Okay. Is that actually the same person? I mean, she's got two different photos, so that's cool. We can keep both of them there. All right, so let's go back to the reader. We have so much more stuff. Like, there's new stuff here, and we have a new headline, and then we haven't figured out everything there. All right, the crime rate continues to drop. Button. The Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before has there been so few violent crimes, but we just had a violent crime. That's what we're investigating. I feel like something's not right there. Delacroix gave a press conference early this morning. Okay, on Thursday morning, the Ministry of Security published a new crime statistics report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goal of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established which will have a considerable impact in preventing future incidents. Would that be Orwell, what we're doing? We're the one that has the impact there. Our principles put into action. The safety bill. Okay, so the safety bill is passed here. It was already on a downward trend, though. The safety bill is passed. The party is elected to government. So these aren't related at all. It was already going down. The safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statutes created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. The central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total number of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreased continuously, and trend is ongoing to date. The Parji's peacekeeping mission? The terrorist incident of 2008 was the terrible consequence of the premature retreat of our troops from Parjis, a region torn by civil unrest for years. By order of the previous government, to fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of the inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Parjis peacekeeping mission, I've got tongue twisters going on, man, had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks, including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population. The rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexploded bombshells, training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Parjis, we've been able to reduce the number of station forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. So they said that was 2009. Wait. They said, hold on. They said that to fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations. So, again, it was already in decline in 2009. So, it's not necessarily related, right? Are you able to click on these things? That's interesting. We have all of this information. I don't know leaders of the nation. We have Robert Blaine, the Prime Minister. Arthur Scott Gallagher. Okay, Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of the Security. Minister of Security dedicated to the purpose of improving the nation's safety on the interior was formed directly after the elections in 2009, just as originally proposed by Catherine Delacroix. Mrs. Delacroix was subsequently granted the position of the first Secretary of Security. She is best known for the inception of the safety bill, elevating security standards in the country to a new level. Okay. So we have all kinds of stuff that we could read if it becomes relevant. I don't know that any of that stuff is necessarily something we need to worry about right now, but it is stuff we could look at. Let's see. You add some new products. I don't know what you changed here. I mean, she's still on there. Do they have jobs? The Watergate Pharmaceuticals is currently looking for suitable candidates for the following positions. Please address all applications to Josephine Marquardt, head of HR. Let's see. Chief Operating Officer. Okay, we're urgently looking for a Chief Operating Officer to replace the retired, formerly appointed predecessor. All right. So that's good. Formerly Junior COO. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. All right. So let's go back and see what else we have. Procedure closing raises manipulation. So we got to figure this out. The wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome. We really don't know, though, do we? I'm not sure. Which one would it be, I wonder? Let's look at the other one, because we're not sure there. Cassandra's Port. So we got to figure this out, right? Or we did all that. Was there something else we needed to examine here? New portrait. I mean, this was the new portrait, so we have all three of her pictures here. Okay. What else? Was there anything else that we needed in Wonderland right behind the rainbow? I don't think that's something that we need to upload, right? That's disabled. So now the main thing is, what do we do here? Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. The relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing results of the lawsuit. So how would we find that out, I wonder? I'm thinking, based on what we read, I don't know. Lack of evidence? Is there a lack of evidence, though? I feel like there's not a lack of evidence. Let's look. Is this woman a terrorist? Let's see. Do we have... Due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime, who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and asked her fans to show their support. I'm not sure. Alongside the other rioters. Well, I think we have to make a choice. Do we think there was no evidence? I mean, might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. I mean, that's possible, but we don't have the evidence that says it, right? Let's see. Bruno Watergate. Is there anything else we can get about him? We could go, let's go back to the website, right? Company. We cannot add his picture. Interesting. Maybe we just don't care about the other people's pictures. That could be it. She leads the research and development laboratories. I feel like 85-year-old strong legacy, though, like, it makes me wonder. Let's read about this again. The retired, formerly appointed predecessor. Formerly appointed. Retired? How could she be retired? That doesn't make any sense. As a research in... Oh, wait. What we offer... An ambitious and challenging role with high responsibilities at one of the most renowned pharmaceutical companies in the country, a safe job in one of the most stable and promising industries, a competitive salary, a dynamic team with friendly and cooperative atmosphere, many years of work experience in leading management position, preferably in the pharmaceutical industry, master's degree, a traditionally oriented character with a mindset that is nevertheless open for new challenges. I don't know. That's so confusing to me. And we don't have any other chats here, right? I think we're just gonna have to decide. And right now, we don't have any evidence. Sadly. Can we do that? The wealthy family. I mean, let me go back to Cassandra. We don't have evidence. Criminal case closed due to lack of evidence. This is what I figured. A pity that CCTV feed did not actually help. Maybe it will today. Maybe. Currently, I am thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Oh yeah, I think so. Let's find out what happened in between these two lives of hers. What may have caused the radical shift? That's what I'm wondering. Where do we have new information? Cassandra's timeline. Status, you're invited to tea inside the rabbit hole. So she's like kind of adopting this Alice in Wonderland thing. Okay. Her birthday. Interests. Has an interest in art, music, and activism. Yeah. Drag another picture over there. Art, music, activism. What a lineup. Yeah, let's add the new picture. Okay. What else? Cassandra likes the targets. Painting, Alice in Wonderland, of course. My cat, Kikiko. Alright. Let's see. Posted on March 1st, 2017, 11:01. Woohoo! First day in freedom, far away from the shackles of Watergate Pharma. What? Who's gonna pay for yourself now? Mommy and Daddy won't like this. Listen, Jake, I'm not Daddy's little girl anymore. My art already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay all my bills. Don't you worry about me. Alright, let's see. This would be earlier in the year, so it's going backwards. Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There's nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to all of you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Screw all you government lackeys. Yeah, I don't think she's not very happy with the government. She's definitely opposed to it. Well, Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. I mean, that's true. Sweetie, what's the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'd feel much better. Mary, just shut your mouth, okay? I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again I cannot deal with this right now. Okay, you know what? I'm really sorry that I still care about my best friend, no matter how often she decides to give me the cold shoulder. But in that case, that's in the past for now. Okay. Cassandra's in a relationship. Okay. So we already figured that out before from the chat, right? With her lawyer. Might be noteworthy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright. And she got 64 likes for that? That's crazy. Alright, so the Beholder actually wrote about me being redeemed of this stuff, but surprise, surprise, they had to mention the speculations over my parents buying me out. Makes the click count go boom, doesn't it? Okay, I guess we probably chose the right one. Let's see. At least you are redeemed now. Want to blow off steam together for a little late night shopping tour? Not today. I have a date this evening. Ooh, who's the lucky one? Okay, so then we go back in time some more. Case closed. Congratulations, Mary says. I never had any doubts about it. We have Harrison O'Donnell. I don't know who this is. Kiddo, you're my heroine in both the heroic and the drug way. What? 1,000 cams on the plaza, but no proof. We've shown the world this dirty surveillance machinery only exists to intimidate and to mislead the people into believing false promises. Cams for safety? One big lie. Wow, I'm so happy for you. I knew everything would be okay in the end. Shall we have an awesome Cassandra Freedom Party on Friday? This makes it sound like he was part of it too. And he's just like, haha, we got away with it. Like, forget your surveillance. We beat it. Thank you, guys. I am so happy. I'm sure you heard the load fall off my mind. Harrison, yeah, we'll totally write an article on our blog. We could check it out. Julia, of course, I'm so in. All right, and then she changed her profile picture. This is the same one that we just got, right? The concert was amazing, so amazing that I just had to give my hair a little makeover. So without further ado, how do you like it? Okay, so she went to a concert, and that's when she changed her picture. What happened to your beautiful hair? Why didn't you ask me before going to a stylist? We could have gone together. Cassie's going punk. Did Mommy and Daddy agree with that? Looks nice. That's a whole new you. You'll also need a new name then. What about Casarthus? That's clever. Me likey? Okay. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Casarthus? Sure. I mean, that could be something we look up. Could be an alias name. You know, people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias. Then we can match data chunks to the target persons whenever they're using them. All right, that's the spirit, kiddo. This is the Harrison guy again. Now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group if you want to join us. It would be nice to have you with us for the protest on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. Interesting. An activist group. Is there anything more specific? I don't know. Let's look. Oh, we got listener. Do we have a new chat? Another session with Joseph Langley. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history with that place. What now? She has a history. Already screwing me up enough I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories. And now I was there just moments before this happened. Catches the bus. Okay. Should never have gone to that protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anyone, especially not to me. So meaning her presence there before the bombing could be a coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. I was so happy when Goldfellows accepted me into thought. I wonder if she means into it though. I desperately wanted to go to prove my worth to the cause. Okay, cool member. Oh, it is actually called Thought. Okay, it's a group called Thought. An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who is Goldfellows? That's what I'm wondering. We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Okay. Let's see. Think of it this way. If you would not have gone to the protest, then you would never have been wrongfully indicted, and then we would never have met. Yeah, and then I would have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Ka-ching. Was that supposed to be my credit card in the cash register? Something like that, I guess. I hope you like, Chateau Margaux. Great, so you decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir. Always ready to pull the money out of innocent pockets. Anyway, I got the good stuff, so now I'm headed to my handsome boyfriend, Joseph, for dinner. Okay, so we already got that. Here's the thing. I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule, and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. That's very suspicious. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment everywhere. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. Have you taken your Methorin? She's on Methorin? Yes. All right, what is Methorin? Can you look that up for me, please? We already saw that. Wasn't that the antidepressant? Is the only thing that matters to you that I'm on my happy pills all day? Darling, please, it's nothing like that, and you know it. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up at this appointment, I risk losing a very important client. Fine. Don't you understand that? Oh, no, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing that very important client of yours now. Cassie, don't be like that. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now, in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. All right. So, let's finish scrolling this, and then we'll go look up the medicine. So let's see. Just discovered this hot new band, The Target. So that's what The Target was. Man, do they rock hard. They're playing a concert in the Cell next week. Who's coming along? Mary, I'm looking at you. Punks? Not really my style. Sorry, Cass. Can't we just go to see Cherry Cheeks sometime? They're not just some punks. Their lead singer is a real cutie, and they have this cool guitarist girl. Plus, they've got a message. What's not to like? No, sorry, it's not for me. Alrighty. You're the one missing out. I'll have them all for myself then. Ooh la la, we know. Having an amazing shopping tour with my Mary, the best friend of all times. But you really should consider paying a visit with your hairstylist soon, darling. Okay. Well, this is what happens when you do my hair. So I noticed that her picture is from here. Like this is her profile picture. So I feel like, what is the conflict? Broken friendship. I feel like that's more recent. So just if you read back on how it was, like they were close at the beginning, but then they started diverging in their paths, right? Like Cassandra was going one way and Mary was kind of staying on the straight and normal, you know, like she wasn't going to the crazy stuff. So I feel like them not being friends is probably the accurate one now. I feel like it's a broken friendship. How sad. All right. So the products, we have Metherin, right? Where is that? It's an antidepressant. She might be emotionally unstable if she's relying on this medication. Or you think? I mean, I think so. Looking at what you've extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I will indicate that to law enforcement. All right. Let's see. We have an overview. The thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people they do not want what they do not want to hear. Welcome to the thought blog. Pick an entry. All right, let's start at the bottom and work our way up, right? Oh, we can't read that. Okay, so can we read? We probably can't read any of the archived ones, I would guess. Yeah, so we can't read any of them. How about this one? We can only read the most recent one. Freedom is unfree. It was published by Catharsis. Okay. It's cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me? Or is that more than just a little bit, I don't know, ironic? You'll probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk or some other names I'm not going to say, or anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because the middle of the chaos, someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were just there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. I don't know about that. One would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not, but I wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around. Or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freedom Memorial since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride. And I know you're thinking now, This thing is ugly. What is the donut even? Let freedom ring. But the statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the Capitol, there is a symbol of freedom, comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With cameras up there, this is now the plaza of unfreedom, if anything at all. Okay. Are thoughts still free? This is by Goldfells, okay. Can we click on this? Account Goldfells. We can't drag anything there. I wonder, what if we go back to hers and click on her name? Can we do anything with this? We can't drag any of this over, right? We have quotes from George Orwell. It's ironic. All right. So we have something conflicting there. Are thoughts still free? I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question, in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called "The Thoughts Are Free." It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me, still always reticent, and as it is suitable, my wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be. Thoughts are free. And if I am thrown into the darkest dungeon, all of these are futile works, because walls apart, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart, thoughts are free. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believed this to be a universal truth, that there are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what's going on in our heads until we choose to reveal it. All right, so let's take a pause for the ads. This is really interesting. But I'm not convinced that their group was peaceful. I feel like that's going to be what the conflicting information is. It's going to be like, well, actually, they got caught doing something violent. So we'll just have to see. But that's what my current suspicion is. Because I didn't see any other information on that particular blog post. I wonder if it will be on a blog post we can't get to. I'm not sure, because there's also other things here that that we can't access, right? All right, so our ads are getting close to done. How's everyone doing? What are y'all thinking of this game so far? I am definitely getting involved. Like, there's just the cyber investigation is really kind of interesting. It's a lot of reading, but I think it's really good to try and kind of get all of that information, like do a deep dive into a person's profile. All right, so it looks like the ads are back. Let's continue on. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. If the increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it, how can thoughts still be free? It is not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means as a final consequence, we will stop thinking. When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safety bigotry of this digital world. So we have some comments on this. Hey Goldfellas, interesting name by the way. Just stumbled upon your new blog and that's some truth you tell here. The web was born in the sense of ultimate freedom to who you want to be, express yourself, wasn't it? Now the Gov has come to threaten this with real name policies and stuff. Save your IP so they can look up who you are so you don't say anything wrong, possibly. About time you did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, you just gained yourself your first follower. Frankly, I am surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words. And yes, I am very delighted to have a first follower. Hello, admin. I like your things too. Could you one but now even more to get a service on search engine optimization independent? This is like a phishing ad. Like, click here for more stuff, ads and whatnot. That's crazy. All right. I guess that's the only one that we can do. So what is this in conflict with? Conflict with an unknown data chunk. Okay. So, I feel like somehow we've got to link those two, right? All right, let's see what we got. Finally, someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. Is this what it's in conflict with, I wonder? Yeah, we were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. Well, that's obviously a lie because your timeline shows a different story, right? The grit and explosives. Yeah, let's do that. It could just be, you know, a show, but you really should watch what you say, I think. I suspected as much. Seems we're looking at the right person. The National Beholder. All right. What we found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. All right. We got another conversation here. Let's go back and listen. Can we see the next chat? Juliet Carrington. Who is this? Hey, Cass. Hi, Jules. Who is Juliet Carrington? I don't think we have a relationship for them yet, right? Oh, wait. Juliet Carrington? In contact with. Okay. Cass, I just wanted to know, your post on timelines about this assault. Really, Jules? You're not going to preach to me about this stupid post, are you? You really shouldn't write something like that. No, I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cass. Cassie? It's nothing. Just between the two of us? I just had to let off some steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and a lot of other stuff today, too. The bombing stirred up all this crap again. You know, what I did? What did she do? What happened there wasn't your fault. Are they both typing? I think they're both typing. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault? Juliet, I smashed the skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Ugh, who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him. And this is why you really should remove this post. I feel like a jerk, the worst kind of jerk. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cass, nobody is innocent. You'll have to let go. You hurt that officer to save me? I smashed the skull. Admitted guilt towards Juliet Carrington for having injured a police officer in a rage. Injured a police officer to protect. What do we think is more likely? I'm not sure. Like, let's think about this. She says she had a temper. I feel like maybe she doesn't have a whole bunch of self-control. Like, maybe she did lose her temper in defense of Juliet. Like, maybe she saw something and that's what caused her to snap. But at the same time, Injured a police officer to protect Juliet Carrington. Admitted guilt towards Juliet Carrington for having injured a police officer in a rage. I don't... One is self-defense, one is like, I guess it's like a question of... I feel like she's probably blaming herself a lot more. Let's do this one. Oh, whoops. Let's go back to Cassandra and see what happens if she was protecting, right? I mean, she clearly injured the cop, so I mean, she was guilty of that. What? Where did that come from? This is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. However, we probably won't be able to hold her for long if it helping in defense of this Juliet. Yeah, so we gotta figure that out. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her former record. Alright. So we gotta just kind of wait. Oh, we got more chats. She's talking to Juliet again. Let's see. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second, somebody's at the door. BRB. Okay, I'll wait. You're gonna be waiting for a while if it's the cops here to pick up Cassandra. Hate to break it to you. By the way, how is your boyfriend? You're still together? You haven't been talking about him all that much lately. I think it's because they're she's upset at him, right? Well, not as much as before. Hello? Are you still there? No? Cassie? I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job in any case. Although we have no proof she is involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. Despite acting in defense of this Juliet, she seems to be quite unstable and a threat. Okay, I just received confirmation that she's now in custody. Very good work indeed. Oh boy. I'm curious about this thought group though, whether they... Oh goodness. No. Take a look at the news. Uh-oh. What do we have? Let's look at the news. Headlines. 2 dead after a second explosion. Alright, explosion at Stellingen University campus kills 2 students. Is there a connection to yesterday's assault? Oh man. That is horrible. 2 dead. Similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time. So that's her out of the picture, at least for this attack. Ugh, this complicates matters massively. So much for our simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors. See how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button at the top right of the desktop. Try and get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Let's read this article first and then we'll log out. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus on Botten University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed, with a further 3 injured severely. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the city administration office of Botten received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, Die Gedanken sind frei. The thoughts are free. I think it's going to be related to the thought group. Exactly like the letter received before the assault on the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We'll inform you about any developments on this event as soon as further details are available. Oh boy. Are you sure you want to finish your work for today? Yes. Okay. So, based on the data you submitted, we have learned the following. A severe assault occurred at the Freedom Plaza yesterday. Cassandra Watergate was present there prior to the assault and is thus being investigated. Hints of the involvement of an activist group named Thought have been found. A second assault at Stellian University occurred, seemingly connected to the first. This suggests Cassandra Watergate is either not the only perpetrator or not involved at all. She has been criminally charged with the injury of a police officer at a past protest at the Freedom Plaza. She is an artist. The former criminal case was closed due to a lack of evidence. She is in a relationship with her lawyer, Joseph Langley. She seems to have undergone a radical change after she joined the activist group Thought. Collected data shows a potentially dangerous personality. More thorough investigation by law enforcement is suggested, and Juliet Carrington claimed that Cassandra defended her by injuring the police officer. An arrest has been made. Oh boy. Well, we have learned an awful lot, and this is definitely a unique game, the way that we're researching different articles and monitoring conversations to try and figure out the truth of a matter. And I think that we need to maintain that thought as we continue forward in this investigation, that we are seeking the truth. We don't necessarily want to be the big brother is watching. We want to make sure we understand everything that's going on so we can fully understand the full story of what is going on, who is actually behind these things, because sometimes you might just have innocent pawns. Things might be coincidences, even though our trainer doesn't think there are coincidences. There could be. So we'll just have to see what happens next time in our next episode. So if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Lear27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games we're playing each day, I post them on x.com/Lear27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right. I want to go to the main menu. Let's see. Orwell will remember where you left off. Okay, so good. Because we definitely want to pick up on the next day without giving anything away. So that was really cool. We have our profile where that's our investigation. So, all right, that was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I like that. It's definitely a whole lot of reading, but you know, hey, it is what it is. But that will be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was definitely a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing that one again. So we will not be back tomorrow because I have a thing to go to, but we will be back Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Central. We will be playing The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Now let's see who we can raid. Let us see. I am looking to see who we have on. We got any interesting games? Let us see. We got a lot of people on. I'm just trying to see who we haven't visited lately that we could visit. Anyways, I hope you guys had fun. I do appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, let's raid Angelic Tryshort, playing some Dead by Daylight. So it's a completely different frame of mind from where we were, but that's okay. Anyways, we will be back here on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Central. Again, thank you everybody so much who hung out today, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, guys, bye.